Let's kick things off. We've got quite a stack of sources here, all pointing towards one really fascinating place.
Yeah, the descriptions are pretty evocative. Skies stretching wider, red earth, history humming.
Exactly. So today we're doing a deep dive into New Mexico, the Land of Enchantment.
And the goal, based on this material, is to sort of unpack what makes it tick, find those key insights, maybe some surprising facts.
Right. Giving you the essence of what these sources highlight, and they start way, way back.
They really do. It's not just, recent history. The sources emphasize these incredibly deep roots with the ancestral pueblons.
The original inhabitants?
Their legacy, things like the cliff dwellings, you can still see them today. Bandelier, Chaco Canyon, incredible sites mentioned here.
That's such a crucial starting point. Then the sources track the big shifts, like the Spanish Empire arriving.
Right. Way back in the 1500s, it was actually one of the earliest Spanish territories in what's now the U.S.
And then it was part of Mexico for a time, too.
It was, yeah, before the Mexican-American War. Ceded to the U.S. in 1848, that's how the sources put it. Basically changed hands.
And it wasn't even a state until much later, 1912, pretty late in the game.
Very late. And the sources really stress this point. This long, kind of tangled history, Native, Hispanic, Anglo traditions, all mixing, isn't just history class stuff. It's like the core of New Mexico's identity today. Still very distinct.
You really get a sense of that blend. The sources also give us some must-see places where you can experience this directly.
Yeah, they lay out a few key spots.
Okay, so Santa Fe gets top billing, oldest capital city in the U.S., apparently, known for its unique adobe look, the art scene.
And a kind of spiritual vibe. The sources mention that too. It really feels like the crossroads of all those cultural layers.
Yeah, definitely. But it's not all cities in history. The natural landscapes get a big mention, too.
Oh, absolutely. White Sands National Park.
Right. Described as this, like, totally surreal place, glistening white gypsum dunes. Almost looks like snow, doesn't it?
Totally. And then there's Bandelier National Monument, ancient volcanic terrain mixed with those cliff dwellings we talked about.
And Taos Pueblo, that one's amazing. A UNESCO site. People have lived there continuously for over 1,000 years.
1,000 years. It's incredible. It provides, as the sources suggest, this living link to that ancient past. These aren't just tourist spots. They're like physical evidence of the history, the nature, the continuity.
And they also throw in the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta, huge spectacle, and Roswell for the mystery hunters.
I mentioned Roswell, yeah.
Okay, but here's a historical fact the sources pull out that really stops you. It highlights the contrasts. New Mexico, birthplace of the atomic age.
That's the real curveball, isn't it? Right there in the sources. The world's very first nuclear bomb test. Trinity Site. 1945.
In the middle of the New Mexico desert.
Yeah, and the sources kind of frame it as this monumental, world-changing event happening against this backdrop of ancient landscapes and cultures.
It's quite the juxtaposition.
Exactly. The insight seems to be about that contrast. This quiet, sort of remote place becomes the exact spot where a completely new and frankly terrifying era of human history kicks off.
Yeah.
A sharp break from everything before.
So pulling it all together from the source material, why visit? What's the appeal?
Well, they describe it as more than just a place to see things. It's an atmosphere.
Right. They talk about cultures blending, the deserts feeling alive, sunsets like paintings, that sort of thing. Pitched as somewhere for, inspiration, reflection.
Or just feeling like you're somewhere completely different from the rest of the U.S.
Yeah. The takeaway seems to be you might come for the incredible scenery, but you'll stay for the spirit of the place.
That really resonates from reading this material.
Absolutely. So this deep dive, based on our sources, shows us a state with incredible layers. You've got millennia of indigenous history, then Spanish, Mexican, American influences.
All set against these really stunning, unique landscapes.
And then, boom, the dawn of the atomic age right there, too.
It's a land defined by these profound contrasts, these juxtapositions.
Which kind of leaves us, and you listening, with a final thought to chew on. How does one place hold such incredibly deep, ancient human history right alongside the very, very beginning of our modern atomic era?
What does that unique mix highlight in these sources really tell us about the land itself and the people who've called it home?
Definitely gives you a lot to think about regarding the Land of Enchantment.
For sure.
We hope this deep dive, drawing directly from the source material, has offered some fresh perspectives for you.